Subject History, Class 7, Lesson number 1, Sources of History. Children, now we are going to start with Introduction to Sources of History. History as an academic discipline based on primary sources as evaluated by community scholars who report their findings in books, articles and papers. A historian uses all available primary sources that were created by the people involved at the time being studied. In the study of history as an academic discipline, a primary source is an artifact, document, diary, manuscript, autobiography, recording, or any other source of information that was created at the time under study. It serves as an original source of information about the topic. Children, you can see in the picture some monuments, coins, sculptures you can see, which gives us information about history. Sources of history divided into three parts. There are three types of sources with the help of which we can understand history better. That is physical source, written source and oral source. Physical sources is also called as material sources. Students, now we are going to study sources of history in detail. Sources of history. First one, material sources. That is also called as physical sources. It is divided into parts, that is memorials, buildings, cave sculptures, inscriptions, coins, copper plates, forts. Next is written sources, document proceedings, genealogies, correspondence dispatches, chronicles, travelogues, treaties and judicial verdicts. Third is oral sources. It is divided into folk songs, gatha, shlokas, abhangas, poadas, proverbs, legends and myth. Now, these three sources are the base of history. With the help of these three sources, we can understand history better. Children, now let us learn about material sources, which is also called as physical sources. Just check the figures. Coins, fort, utensils, caves, monuments and buildings, inscription. These are the material sources which gives us information about historical time. Inscriptions provide us information about religion, culture, economy and other aspects of a given place during that period. Children, the earliest inscription found in India was written by Maurya Emperor Ashoka. Coins. Just see in the picture, very old coins you can see. Early coins have been minted by using a variety of metals. A study of these coins helps us to gain knowledge about the minting technologies used as well as the religious, economic, administration and social aspects. These coins helps us to know about important rulers as well as famous personalities of that period. You can see, children, utensils is there. There is one plate which is very old, you can see. This is also one of the source of to know about the history of that period. You can see monuments, buildings, stupa, Jain temples, palaces, forts are the kinds of monuments which exist today. These monuments enable us to know about the unique architectural design and technologies which is used in that period. Can you imagine? There was no technology in that period, but they have so much technologically active. You can see the caves and also forts. So these are the sources which helps us to know about the historical period. Children, let's learn about written sources of history. Written sources are those sources which are in the form of written text. They are also used by historians to reconstruct ancient, medieval and modern history. In the medieval period, from sources like the writing style of scripts. Some of the name of scripts, just check. Devanagari script, Arabic script, Persian script, Modi script. These are the historical script, children. Also from the varieties of different languages, Bhojpatras, religious manuscripts, treaties, edicts, decrees, biographies, painting, etc. All are gives us information about history. We can gather information about the food items, what they are eating, their attire, what they are wearing, conventions and rules of conduct of the people, what kind of festivals they were celebrating at that time, and also we can understand about people's life, etc. from all these sources. So children, at the end, these sources are called as what? Written sources of history. Just see the pictures now. You can see in one glance we can't understand the scripts, but historians can understand it and explain us about the history. Children, let's learn about oral sources of history. Oral sources. We understand various aspects of folk life through folk literature, traditionally passed on from one generation to another generation. Some of the examples: OVs, folk songs, poadas, folk tales, legends and myths. Such types of sources are called as oral sources of history. Thus, various forms of literature are used as a oral sources of history. It reveals many aspects of people's life. These sources helps us to understand various historical events, policies, administration of various rulers, and the diplomatic relations between them. These oral sources, children, also throw some lights on religious activities, coordination of financial transactions, as well as economic conditions in that period. Let's see the pictures. You can see one old man telling stories, one religious guru telling shloks, songs. This is the example of Poada. You can read this. This is also song. So these are some of the sources with the help of which we can understand history better. Children, before understanding the sources of history, we need to take some precautions. So we need to evaluate the sources of history. It is necessary to take certain precautions before using the sources of history. We have to examine their authenticity and see which are genuine and which are fake. This is very important to know. Their quality can be determined with the help of internal standard. Information has to be verified with the help of other contemporary sources. The information may be one-sided, contradictory, or exaggerated.